Welcome or welcome back to By Hook or By Needles. My name is Sam, and today I'm going to show you how to make this really pretty motif for, that's my cat scratching. If you can hear that, I apologize. Motif for blankets or whatever else you might want to make it for. It is ends up being an octagon in shape. Now I'm making it, traditionally it's done with 3 rounds. I added a 4th round of single crochet just to make it more sort of pronounced, to sort of really make the corners and the sides sort of straighter. But if you're not going for that sort of look, then that's fine. You wouldn't add the 4th round. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing today. It's a good size as well. Now I'm going to be using an 8-ply yarn and my 4mm hook, and yeah, and a sneezy cat now too. Okay, now this is made with what they call bobbles, but I think the bobbles are more clusters than bobbles. That's just the way I look at it. So we're going to start by making a chain, I think, of what was it, a chain of 4, I think. You could start with a magic ring, but there's a lot of stitches going into this, so I would start with a chain of 4, or even 5, depending on how easily they fit into your the ring that you make. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to join. And right now, so it's made with, I say, clusters, and the clusters are 3 double trebles together. So normally for a double treble, you would replace that at the beginning of a row or round with 6 chain. But because we're doing 3 double trebles together, or there are also triple trebles if you're coming from the UK, well, I'm just going to start with 5, because ultimately what you're doing to make a cluster of 3 double trebles together is you're not completing each double treble, and then you join 3 of them, and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to start off with 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you yarn over 3 times. So once is for a double crochet, twice is for a treble crochet, and 3 times is for a double treble. We're going to go into the ring, we're going to pull up a loop, and we're going to pull through 2, and then pull through 2 until there's 2 loops on our hook. I'm not finishing that second double treble. So we're going to yarn over 3 times again. We're going to go back in to our ring. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Now we've got 3 loops on our hook. I'm going to pull through all of those, and that's the first cluster. Now following this, we then make a chain. Now this is where the repeat starts. We chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we make another cluster. It's going to get very tight in there, so just be careful of that. Now, I'm actually got 2 loops now, because I've got the loop left over from the chain, which you don't get at the very beginning. So keep that in mind. Your first cluster, you pull through 3 loops, but in subsequent clusters, you're pulling through 4. Okay? Just sort of, be aware of that slight difference. You haven't made a mistake. 1, 2, 3 into the ring and pull out. 1, 2, 3. do not finish it again. This is why I call them incomplete. It's just the way I describe them. 1, 2, 3. Pull up a yarn loop. 1, 2, 3. Now we've got 4 loops. We've got 3 incomplete double trebles. I'm going to pull through all 3 loops. 4 loops, sorry, and I'm going to do a chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you continue doing this until you have 8 clusters in total, and 8 chains. Chains of 5 chains. No, spaces. You know what I mean. Yeah. I'm all tongue-tied today. Oops. 3. So I'm just going to keep going with this. And I'll pause in a second. And when I get back to the beginning, I will be return to show you how we join. And we will count our spaces and our petals, because these are ultimately petals, because we are making technically an African violet. So I will be right back when I have finished that. Okay, so I've got my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 clusters, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chain spaces of 5 chains. Now, when we join to the first cluster, we are not going to actually do 5 chain and join, because the pattern requires that you start in the center of the chain of 5. So how they achieve that is you chain 2, and then you're going to make a double crochet into the top of the cluster, not into the top of the chain of 5 that we used, but into the top of the cluster. So we're going to make a double crochet, and see how that's positioned us beautifully right in the middle. Okay, that's 1 and round 2. So once you've done your double crochet, just do a do a chain, and then go back into that space or the stitch, and you do a single crochet. Okay, that's your starting single crochet. Then it's asking that you do chain of 6 and your single crochet in the next 5 chain space. Now you can either go into the space or you can go into the 3rd chain. It's really entirely up to you. If you're very sort of loose when you do, and they tend to slide back and forth a bit, you might want to go into the chain itself just so that it's anchored in. But ultimately, it doesn't matter, and it's really up to you. So I'm going to do a chain of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a single crochet into that chain 5 space. Get some yarn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into the next space, and we're going to do another single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into the next. And this is it's a very quick motif to make, and it's quite a good size too, for especially if you want to do a blanket or something. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's getting a bit chilly here, which is understandable. It is 4:30 a.m. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the temperature's sort of dropping a little bit from the night. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into the next space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Single crochet into the next space. Now we've come back to the beginning already. We're going to do a chain of 6, I think. Yes. Okay. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to join to the top of our single crochet with a slip stitch. Okay, and there we are, looking pretty good. Okay, row 3. Now this is where you can finish. After this row you can finish if you like, or if you want to just sort of hang about and see what I do for the next part, entirely up to you. Okay, so I'm going to slip stitch into the space. Tells you need to slip stitch, tongue tied today, slip stitch into this space. That is so that you are starting obviously in that space. You don't want to start above the single crochet. Now we're going to do a chain of 3, and this counts 1, 2, 3 as our first double crochet. And into each of these spaces we are going to put 6 double crochet, and we're going to separate them with how many chain does it say? Chain 3 chain. Okay, so that counts as 1, so I'm just going to do 5 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and 6 double crochet. Double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so we're just going to work all the way around doing 6 double crochet, chain of 3, 6 double crochet. So I'm going to meet you back, come back when I'm over here, and I'm going to finish it off, and then I'm going to show you what I did with a 4th row, just to make the corners a little bit more sharp and the sides a little straighter. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I've pretty much finished my African violet. I'm going to do my chain of 3, and I'm going to slip stitch into the top of the chain, 3rd chain, which acts as my first double crochet, and there we are. Now what I have done, and this is an optional 4th round only if you want to, is I've chain 1, and then I go back into that top of that chain 3. You might want to move them over a little bit so it doesn't look like it's like that double crochet is sitting on its own. And I'm going to go back into there and just do a single crochet. And I'm just doing a single crochet into each stitch, each of the double crochets. When I get to a space, I'm going to be doing 2 single crochets, chain 2. Did I say chain 2 or chain 1? Can't remember. Yep, chain 2, and then 2 single crochets. If you can hear that, that's my cat snoring. And then we've got to come to another cluster or group of 6 double crochet, and I'm just going to go 6 single crochet again. So it's 1 single crochet into each of the double crochets, and in those little chain spaces I'm putting 2 single crochet, chain 2, 2 single crochet, I'll just do this next one. I'm not going to finish it off because you can see what I'm doing, and it's just the same all the way around. And then you just join to the top of the first single crochet when you come back. Okay, and what that does, as I've shown you with this other one, is it creates a more defined octagon shape, sorry. So if you want some really straight edges onto your shape and some pointy corners, that's the way to sort of achieve it. And then you find that if you are joining these together to create a blanket or a shawl or whatever it might be, it's just easier to get that shape and keep that shape standard and looking sharp. Okay, so that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I do hope you get a chance to give me a thumb and, comment if you have any questions or issues or anything like that, and I'll do my very best to answer them. But as usual, until next time, take care and bye for now. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It doesn't cost a thing to press the button. Thanks.